Hey, good morning, everybody who's here early. Just setting up. I set up NVIDIA and Tesla so far, two stocks I'm going to be watching today. But this is the professor with Day Trading for Success. If you're new here, we'll be starting to trade right around the open and probably have a a break and then look for some consolidation right after that, like in the 15-minute, between the 10 and 15-minute mark, if we can see anything that's consolidating. And at that point, we'll try to change historical trade historical data channels or price action based on what we see, liquidity levels, and then the indicators. So that might be confusing if you're new here, but I think you can zero in on what I'm doing. You should watch some of the videos on the channel if you want to learn quicker. Right now I have a scanner set up and I've created the watch list, so I'll be going through these stocks based on the custom scanner for ones that will give us the liquidity that we want with the lower spread that we need. We have someone reading the news off the ticker here, as well as I have another one here for more of the big large caps. So I think I'm going to do Hood next, guys. Let's mark that. And I think I might have it marked from yesterday, yeah. So I haven't done the breakout levels yet, so we'll see how the time goes. Yeah, we're just going to get... No, hang on a second. No, what did I just do there that I didn't want to do? Clear drawing set. Yeah, I did want to do that. Okay. Somehow that seemed like a scarier message. Okay, so then... let's get the fib. Always mark your fibs left to right. I'm on a 5-minute, 10-day chart. Looking at the price on the right side to line up with the high. It's a little sensitive here. If it takes too long, I just click it close and then correct it. But there we go. So I'm going to look for historical data right now while I'm here before I go to the 2-day. Because we're way up out of range here. This is not a good RV stock. We've got consolidation right here to see how it matched it. So this is where we kind of are now. So let's mark this too. Where the stock price has abruptly stopped and turned around is what I'm marking on days recently. The fibs picked that up. I don't really like to do this gray area, post and pre. All right, are you actually raising your volume, dude? Let me look at the 2-day real quick here. So I'm going fast, guys, because I'm trying to get more marked out before we open. I haven't picked my opening stock yet. We're going to read the news in a second here. What's our time at? Yeah, it's just clicking by. Haven't been getting up here as early into the studio. And I'm trying to, I always feel like lately I'm playing catch up here. Not as in the condiment.
$6.27, hit a high of $30 earlier on their new...
Okay, I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. I'm thinking about the report earlier. Historical data on this, it's all pre-market here. Our price action's way down here. Let's go back to the 10-day, 5-minute. See where we're at. So we're right here. Oh, I already marked it. Okay. All right. So, wait, was that from yesterday? No, I just did those levels. Sorry, I am not concentrating. Let me read the news to see what else I want to mark out early. Charlie has consolidated our news for us, so she's... Which ones, based on the watch list, we want to find out about. Of course, the big news today is the FIGR, Figure Technologies, going public here on an IPO. It's coming into $25 a share, but that's just the introduction. Okay, you're going to make me turn you down because you are too loud. All right, hopefully that's a little better. Let's see. Yeah, so we don't know when that's going to announce. That's going to come across. He'll read that the second it's there, so we'd want to jump over and take a look at that. Even though we're not momentum trading, it might be something we could catch something on. So bias today, it says NVIDIA is bullish slightly. BABA is also slightly bullish, so is AMD. CoreWeave neutral, Palantir neutral, Hood neutral. SMCI is slightly bearish. HIMS is neutral. Marvel is bullish. RKLB is neutral. Very bullish on FIGR. If it comes out, it's saying bullish on Oracle again today. All right, so why isn't Oracle on my scanner? That is twice now. I got to remember to mark that. It's not hitting these scanners, so I'm not sure what the deal is. Bullish on Apple, Tesla neutral, SPY is bullish, and QQQ is bullish. The CPI came in hotter than expected at 0.4. The jobless rate spiked, inflation dropped. Oh, inflation dropped by 0.1. So that's interesting.
Responding to the recent trading in the share stock. ITP share is currently at 23 cents, down about 3 cents. ITP.
Trying to figure out, there it is. Okay, Oracle. So I've just got to get that on my. All right, that should have come up. That's interesting because it's not doing 100,000 per 1 minute candles. All I can think about why that didn't come up. Look, so we were trading that yesterday and did okay. I don't know if you saw the recap, but we ended up here doing this low share size account to over $300 yesterday. So there's nothing to mark here as far as fibs, but I could mark its high, which is not a bad idea. Oh no, I'm way too high. Okay, 45. Wow, this is so sensitive that. There's another way to do this. And we'll mark that tweezer move there just to see if that comes into play at all. Seems like it kind of respected it pre-market there. This might be interesting to trade today. It's an expensive stock, of course, so your share size would be limited. But we do it with Tesla too. Wow, look at that. So that spike hit over here too. So you never know if that'll end up being a bounce if it goes that low. Then you're just getting into the old territory, like it made that big jump. So if it got down that low, I'd be worried about. Certainly, I wouldn't be bullish on it. Let's take a look at AMD, which was up there yesterday, then came back down. It was in the 160s. So definitely did some trading on that yesterday on this account. I'm going to go ahead and start fresh today. This one's going from high to low over here. While I'm here, I'll mark any historical data. I think that the price action's way down here now. So, wow, the fib picked up everything. I mean, I guess there's a level right here. If it gets, wait, we must be higher. No, we're not. We're back in the 50s. Okay. All right. So got way up there. 10 days ago, it was 170. Was that 10 days ago? God, it seems longer than that, doesn't it? I have a swing up here. I'm still waiting for it to come back to. All right, here, we're way up here then. Okay. So, consolidated a lot at that level. Looking across, tapped right there too. Something's going on. Liquidity pool up at that level. Maybe right here. Let's see. You don't know, you don't respect these till you do, kind of thing. It's just guidelines in case there's some, stalling in that area. Like, hey, what's going on? Oh, there's, former data that proves this to be an area that we may want to go back, in or out on. That's about it, really. I don't want to mark those. Let's take a look at what else could we trade in. Oh, did I mark Hood already? I can't remember if I did this, guys. Boy, this isn't a good day to trade if I'm that out of it. Yeah, I must have marked this already. Okay. Ones that I know are going to move for sure. I mean, we did some money on CoreWeave yesterday. It had a bigger split. 8 cents, it says here on the spread. So this is the biggest spread that we've looked at so far. I was experimenting with trying to mark what level. Oh, making me delete that too. So you can remember, I mean, I'd remember if it was the 15-minute breakout or the 5-minute breakout. I was doing it more for, no, let's do a fib. I was doing it more for you guys, just to help you follow along. I don't know if the 2-day fib's going to help us with this. This is way out of whack for fibs, to mark fibs on. Historical data would probably be better. So this level right here, which it did respect, a little bit lower too, actually. So might be able to create a bouncing channel here. That's about it there. So we got 4 minutes away. I'm trying to think of what I might want to watch at the open. Nothing's going to move too fast here today, although the news is good. So from the close yesterday, AMD is pretty static. NVIDIA's up a couple of bucks from the close. So that's that's one of the reasons I marked it out this morning. BABA's up $5 from the close. I didn't even mark that out. Those levels could stand still. What's our historic on this? I gotta look fast here. Yeah, so it's really near its highs. Its all-time highs is right in here. So yeah, so we're right there. So I don't think I'm gonna ride that. If anything, that might go down. I don't know. Just based on charts, not on news or anything. Tesla is up $3 from its. Okay, that's the one. Let's take a look at that for the open. So did I just mark this out? Yeah, it looks like I did. Okay. So this is interesting to try to ride at the open, and I don't recommend you guys do that. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. You should seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to emulate any of the trading that I do here, any of the styles that I do here, guys. Make sure you read that. Be careful with your money. But here we go. It's exciting day. Okay, so yeah, I would go long here, 351.55. I'm only going to go 50 shares if it picks me up, just for some excitement. So we'll go in right there. There I am. So it's at that fib level. We're way down here now. So if it does a spike, I might be able to get. I wouldn't stay in it long, I'll tell you that. I'd get out fast because it could just dip right back down. But it is showing that it's going up, but it's near its high for a while. So a lot of things to consider when trading this at the open, if you're even contemplating such a stupid move that I am doing. And you guys know I kind of do it for excitement and just to get my morning going. It's like another cup of coffee. So I think we're set up. You got visual, you got sound. We're 30 seconds away. Good luck, everybody, as we move on through the day. Again, I don't advise doing this trade or any stock at the open.
Centene, shares hitting new highs now, 36.80, $5.53 after the company.
Now he's reading for, we have a lot of traders in the studio that are momentum traders too, so we have it set to pick up everything that's really newsworthy.
U.S. markets are now open.
And we're off. Going straight down. People are taking profit here. That's why I put it up here. Like I don't even want to be picked up unless it's deciding to go upward.
Blood sensor advancing toward FDA submission. That's India, November.
Why it's the most expensive and shorted stock. That's not exactly news to go up, right?
After the open, S&P 500 up 21.50.
Okay, so this is a non-trade. I'm just going to get out of it right now. I don't want to even think about it. Let's take a look at the yesterday's big mover here and see what that's doing this morning. No, do not delete, not confirm and send. That went down too. Holy crap, huh? $6. Split second. We might end up trading this as it goes back up today. That's a profit-taking situation. I like the look of buying a dip on this, but what's going on? Boom and a risk. This seems like buying the dip here, guys. Wow. I like the look of this. Risky for sure, but I think I'm going to... Wow, look at the spread, huh? That was crazy. A lot of money quickly on this. Let me lower this to 20 and try to catch some inertia on this. 20 shares. I'd have to buy a bid. Is it done going down? Man, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and go for it and see how bad it hurts me. Try to get out. Quick $31 profit on that one. Now, this is a really risky one, guys, so watch your share size. In view of what just happened there, I'm actually going to go just 10 shares. So if you're trying to follow along, be careful. I ended up doing okay on this stock. This stock was crazy with the large share size traders yesterday. So this is a lot of rickshaw man, dragonfly action patterns here. Prices coming in, magnet's going to pull down. So this is still going to go down. So be careful going in here. We are going down on this. So I'm looking for a bid down closer to the, I'd really like to see the $27 range. Here's 27 even down here. It hasn't really turned around yet, but it is retracing. So I'm looking for the $23, $27 range, more even, and then a quick retracement up. There was it at 16 cents. I'm not going to use the ladder. There was at 17 cents, 27 cents. It's going back up. So all those trades could have been successful trades. You see how it's retracing? So it's just a question of, is it going to, go one direction really fast? Tried to get in there at 01, got it. Now I want to get out fast. Either whatever it goes, I want to get out fast. I don't like that it's staying down there. It's not good because it could just pop down now because it didn't spring right back up. So that's what's scaring me. Get back up. Come on. Get back up. I'm at 01. Wow. It's only 10 shares, so that's why I lowered the share size. Okay, so I'm going to have to get out of this unless it makes a move up here. Yeah, I'm just going to get out. There goes $24 of my money. Boom, just like that. Oh, well, I tried it. It needs to settle down. It needs to figure out what it's doing here. Or maybe this is what it's doing. It's just going to go way down today. Interesting. I was excited about potentially catching another 20, 30 bucks on that, but I'm glad I lowered my share size. So it's coming to support there, but that's a pre-market support. So I don't know, but it is here too. So it'd be interesting to see if it turns around at that 22, 322.33. Oh, that's our ATR down there too, guys. That's the low ATR level. That actually could be a spot where it turns around. That's at 321. I don't understand why it's dropping this much. There must be something that's not being talked about. A lot of profit taking, and then people start to panic. So it did turn around at that level. See that? That's why you mark those historical data, guys. That's you don't know what's going on there, but there's a big liquidity pool, and that could have been a nice little profit there for a couple bucks. And it's done. It's done turning around. You just get in, you get out quick, and you see, is it going to turn around at the ATR? That would be another time that I would. That is your RV strategy ATR, and I happen to know that, at least here, a lot of people traded this yesterday with the RV strategy. So the concepts, because it wasn't an RV stock. Number one, it had a catalyst. Number two, it was out of its range. I think it only rated a 5 on the RV, list of criteria. But yeah, I need to get away from this until it's done doing what it's doing. So let's see what happened with now. So NVIDIA is down from the open, but kind of coming back up a little. BABA is even at the open. AMD is down from the open. CoreWeave is down from the open. You'd think that report would give better news, huh? Hood is up from the open. A lot of news about crypto this morning on CNBC and bank regulations and easing of all that stuff. Tesla is down from the open. Apple is going up. Yeah, I thought Apple was not making sense that it was dropping because it was up at 240. Now it's 227. Palantir is down. The one that looks like it's long bias right now is Hood, which means I'm be more inclined to go there. So let's take a look at Hood. That one's going up, as you can see. I was just seeing that off the scanner. I'm just trying to get set up here, guys, before I attempt to create channels. So we're only 7 minutes in, so it's a little early to even think about respecting any of the channels that might be developing here.
Oracle shares, ORCL, Oracle pulling back here, 320.40.
Yeah, we saw that.
Down about 2.5% now.
He's talking about Oracle, if you can't hear.
Oscar Romeo Charlie Lima.
Guess people thought that was overvalued after yesterday.
Shares of NVIDIA hit a high of 180, over 180.
That goes back, then NVIDIA and AMD go up, which is, I like that news. Because they're, sharing the wealth a bit with investors. Again, these are just my opinions, so I do not have like inside news or anything like that. So be careful following what I say. I do have a lot of traders that, I listen to their opinion, the people I respect, but they don't really know either. Let's face it, none of us really know, guys. So when you put your money down, you've got to do your due diligence and think about what you believe and then tell us. Tell me, what do you think's going on? All right, so we've got a good fib here. It did kind of respect it. The whole and half dollars are these gray lines. So let's see if it's going to give us some consolidation, and this might be a tradable stock for us. I'll go to 100 shares on this. Now, I'm looking at the flow now to see if you count to like 10, see how much this changed up or down. Did it change at least 10 or 12 cents up or down in 10 seconds? And it did, and that's a lot of liquidity. It's got a good spread too, which is, I don't know, maybe a good spread's not good. but you can play with the ask and the bid and make some money really quick on the spread. Yeah, so this has definitely got the liquidity. I was double checking because the spread threw me off there, but this has definitely got the liquidity that we want, which is why it came up on the custom scanner. And we've done well with this before, so now it's just a matter of really getting, coming in on the bias. So if we look at the scalp pro meter, it's
Traders circulating a negative report from OPAC Research. Foxtrot Alpha India.
no, not interested in that stock, my friend. Okay, we're getting a pullback here. None of these are very strong. That's the bottom of the market magnet. I was starting to say that these were at the top for buyers, but the volume was dropping. Now, as it goes down, you can see it's higher volume. So it spiked down. I would have actually loved to catch that 118 if that was real. Did that really happen, or was that a shadow wick? That would have been a great spot to pop in long there, because we're really close to the open, and I don't know if it's going to, I don't really think it's going to go down from the open now. I'd like to think of long bias. That's why we're over here. I want to trade at long bias, but it's really stalling at this level, which means it's going to break way back up 10 to 20 cents or go back down. How is that for definitive? Sounds like gambling. But what you're trying to do is just zero in on the more probability of the direction. That's all you can do. And you look at the patterns and you look at the indicators to tell you. So buyers took over inside the candle. This is showing you inside the candle. But there was a lot of news about crypto in a positive way, which should help Robinhood today, and that's one of the reasons I think about long bias. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and try to jump in there on that to 1807. I tried to get in, then it popped up quick. So I already would have made money if it picked me up, but it didn't. I'm going to cancel that order so I can get a bead on what happened. I mean, what is continuing to happen. I don't want to just hold an order because this price action can change. So that's the logic there of just going in. You don't get picked up. You can wait a second or two, but then everything looks different on the level 2. Then I gaze over at the indicators. Trying to be more detailed for you guys. I got an email from somebody who didn't understand, and the stuff that I thought I was saying clearly, I guess I wasn't. So I'm kind of giving you a little bit more data as we go on here of what I'm looking at. But in the beginning, guys, it's really, really hard until it just becomes second nature to just look at the things and go like, hey, there's a higher probability that stock's going to go this direction. So I'm going to ride that probability and mind my max loss in case I'm wrong, because you can, like Mark Douglas says, you can count on 20 times being wrong. I'm going to try to get in there just above the 2 case. That time I got in, so I'm riding it up, but I'm not going to get greedy. I had a chance to get $8 there, but I wanted a little more than that. Looking for to get into 30 or 40 cents. Sorry, guys, I had that on because of a emergency situation. I had to be available. There we go. So it's going to pull me out. That actually is not a bad spread to just go market there. Should have probably got out on market there. I'm holding it for a second longer for the swale up. I saw it swaling up. So that was a $28 based on this continual tapping and then retracing, as well as watching the flow. So, and this is a safer stock to trade. I feel comfortable with 100 shares. Now we're looking for a retracement down as it gets near the 119. I'm going to go ahead and try to grab it there. Didn't get me. I already would have got 30 cents. You see that? Getting out as it swells up. It might go higher, so waiting to see if I can get it higher on a short, but nope, that was it. So I tried. I called it. It was a nice trade, but it didn't get it. So, but, as it got up here, I'm looking for it to come back down off that tweezer there. So I'm dialing in on real intraday movements here, which is what you want to do when you're trading on a 1 minute. And don't get greedy. Just get out $8, $10, $12. This is setting your target range right up here based on the last 9 candles. which now, as we come up to 9:45, should be respected. And I'll mark some of this other stuff we should watch in a minute. Yeah, let me go ahead and mark the 5-minute breakout. So we need this to be marked out now. So let's mark that. So this is our first 5-minute candle. So we'll drag it down to here and pull it across so we see it. And that's our first 5-minute. So that's a breakout on people trade the 5-minute breakout. That's in Day Trading Volume 4. So now I've got that marked, and now I can get and mark the 15-minute breakout. So let's go ahead and see how much different that is. Often they're not that much different, but this one is quite a bit different. So
CRCL Circle share, Circle Internet popping here on volume, up about 9%. Charlie Romeo, Charlie Lima.
we'll have to take a look at Circle here. So this is just way, wow. Well, that's very much brighter than I thought it was going to be. I'm missing trades. Don't get FOMO, though, about trades, because the trades happen all day long. They're just, can always find something. There we go. That's a little less vivid. So that's our 15-minute. This is our 5-minute breakout. So now we want to keep it. If I'm going to continue to trade this stock, I want to watch those as potential support and resistance levels. Wow, there it goes. It broke out there. So 19. I'm going to try to grab it there. So I got it there, waiting on the retracement. I might have to wait a little while if it goes against me here. So there was a $9 trade. We only have 100 shares. So it wants to hurt me now. Making a new high. Do we have any new news? No. Nothing new happening here. Watch this trade. Be careful on if you got into anywhere near this. I'm looking for it to get back down below, like maybe 118.80, 118.70 range, somewhere in there. Get a nice little profit, $20 profit. Nope, it's definitely going against us. So now you have to think about, do you add if it starts to turn around? It might turn around at the fib. So we just ride this. Don't worry about the small amount of money. Tempting to go back in. I don't have enough data to try to double my share size based on what's happening here. I would need more definitive red candle maybe. And the flow moving down. Right now I'm just going to hold strong and hope that I make this trade a green trade, not just, bug out on a green day, which sometimes if you feel so insecure, it's just like take the money that you had and don't worry about the one specific trade. There's a mentality there. But I do think it's going to retrace. Here it comes down. So... Wow, I kind of want to go over there. And what happens, too, is people leave where you are, which isn't bad since I'm going short, but let me just take a look at this for a second. 123. So, yeah, it has a lot of room to go up. So, from where it was, so that's a little scary. I'm only $16 down on this stock since I got over here, so no panics. So definitely channel hopped, as you can see. So we're kind of in a new world that I have to assess. I don't want to make it worse for me by adding and then it continued to go against me. It has to show me that was not that little hangman there was not something that showed me it was going to go down. So I need to start thinking about just getting out of this trade or getting out for a lesser loss. The way it's moving, it has too much strength going up, so it's concerning me. which I should have been trading at long bias. I told you early on that I wanted long bias, so I'm looking to get out of this on a lesser loss. I don't like the way it's moving, so this is going to be a bad trade, I think. I'm looking at the day more than the than the trade, because I don't think I can get this trade to be green, but well, I don't know. That's a pretty big move on the level 2 going down. I like the look of that, but now it's pulling back. Yeah. That was interesting there. Oh, I'm about to sell when I want to buy to get out. Typical error that I do. Thinking long bias, that's why I'm thinking that I was in a long position, which I wish I was. Again, I need this to reject red to even consider staying in this. This can't keep going up on me here. It's stair-stepping up. We want to see 2 red candles, and that would be worthy of even adding to the position as it goes down, but it's not going down. So it's early in the trade yet if you're holding it for more of a day trade. There it goes. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and go in there, guys, because I like the look of that, and then it hurt me. It looked like the level 2 was going to flow down another 20 cents there real quick, so I jumped in to get a better position. So I'm only 15 cents off my position, but that's a lot with 200 shares. It could be $30. So I strategically added on the probability it was going to continue to go down, and I'm getting hurt because of it. But it's too early to tell. Obviously, if I added up here, that would have been way better, but it wasn't showing signs of reversal yet to retracement. Could have got out green for the day, but it still looks like it's about to go down. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So let's get down. Oh, should have got out again green for the day. It's punishing me. Nope, that is not a good look. Okay. That looks like it's going to go up. That's not good. I don't like the look of that level 2 there. I'm getting ready to get out of this. And we'll go take a look to see what the hex circle's doing. Again, it faked me out. Keeps faking me out on that to hold a second longer for a bigger play. Really messing around here. We like the consolidation. I'm just in a bad position for it. That's not what we wanted. This is my max share size on Hood. No, I'm sorry. 800 would be my max share size. I went in too low. I should have been trading 200 shares at the 25% was 200 shares. So I'm actually in much lower than we trade this account on the PDT account. So not a good look for me on the patterns. 5 minute and 15 minutes show nothing but up. I could have got a lesser loss. It looks like I thought it was going to take pity on me down here, but now it's hurting me. And I'm contemplating if I get another rejection up here to add to the half my position, which is 400 shares. Because it's an inexpensive stock, so just take a breath. Watch your account go away. No. So it does seem to be rejecting off the 50-cent level, but I don't know. We lost $1, half, and whole dollars. Did we? No, there it is right there. No, no, no. Stop doing this. Okay, we got the fib is kind of my fail-safe. I'm thinking if it breaks that fib, I'm gonna get out of this for a loss, and there it goes. So it's right at the fib now. It needs to reject. It needs to reject at the fib. That's at the 75 mark. Got a long way down to my position. It's getting further. Magnet just pulled up. Not what I want to see. I just want to get out of this position in a lesser loss. I'm trying to determine what a lesser loss is here. I'd love to be green for the day. It is having some retracement here one more time, so let's hope it goes a little lower on this retracement. I could get out there. I actually ended up being green on that as I got out. I think that was more money than I had before, right? I can't remember. I kind of feel like a sigh of relief there, but look, it keeps going. So, wow. So it did reject off that fib, nice and strong. So what that was an example was that it beat me up so much that I got out early when I should have just held the move back to where I originally said I wanted it to go to. And it just beat me up here and got me terrified that it was going to go break this level and I was going to be down $150 or something. So I'm sure most of you have experienced that exact same thing that I'm talking about. So let's see. Did not hit the scanners. I don't know if it's worth going over to that stock. It's not hitting the scanners at all, so. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting a beat on the news over here. Okay. Now, I want to go long bias here. I should have probably picked it up there. I don't want to go short here. There's our ATR high. We already saw that we could go, actually, let me get up to the 200 shares. We already saw that this could go a lot higher into the $23, $24 range, right? We're way up here. Yeah, we're at, there's your other ATR. So their full ATR. So we're definitely in the middle of the mix to play this long still. Not a problem being long biased. Look at the moves for it. And it's good news on crypto. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good one to stay with. So I'm going to stay here a little bit and just wait for the opportunities to come here. So we've got a long biased. And now with the bigger moves, we're looking for a consolidation to get a dip to go on the long bias. So any dip down in the intraday levels right in here, any dip that gets anywhere near here, the 19 and a quarter situation would be a great dip. We may not get that great of a probability for this trade, but sometimes you just have to wait a minute, and then when you see it, grab it fast. So 5 minute, there's a 15-minute breakout. There's a 5-minute breakout. So we are still, according to day trading volume 4 and all the breakout levels from the professionals, you're supposed to be trading only long when you're above these breakouts. And you don't do the retracements down like I did. I managed to make money, but it wasn't much. God, I want to retrace that down, guys. Yes, but it's just, I think I'm being more inclined to get into a position down here rather than wait for that. As far as going long, if it gives me an opportunity to maybe get in just below the fib. But it's stair-stepping up pretty quick here. Okay. So is it going to give me an opportunity down there closer to the 119.75 or below. Let's get a retracement for a minute and I'll jump in. Actually, the way it's acting, I'm going to go a little lower. So I can add to it, is why I did that. If it goes against me, as it turns back the direction I want, is when I would add to it. Again, it is just going to break the 120. It keeps hitting it. It seems like it's making a kind of a multiple tries with this 1 minute candle, that it is just going to go up. So I'm looking for any kind of a dip here. 86 cents. That's not much of a dip, guys. Yeah, there it goes. Oh boy, missed that move. Oh, here's another opportunity. Unless it rejects. I'm going to try to get it there. Okay, I got it. So it could reject like it just did. I could have got better. It's one of the reasons I lowered my share size, so I could get it, add to it as it comes back up. So let's see if it's going to give a rejection off that 120 mark. It's a psychological range there. Now, if it does go up, as it goes up, which I believe it will, we don't want to get over greedy. We just get out and then re-ride the dip. Again, do your own due diligence. That's how I would trade it. So I would be looking for like a double digit, 10, 12 bucks here. Or in this case, since I'm at 88, 120.06 would be great if it got there again. But I might add to my share size if this continues to go down and then reverses, but it didn't. It's breaking the fib again. It's not far enough off my position to help me enough on price point. I'd rather just hold out. It is taking a little longer for these little trades to make any money, because we want to try to get to that 150 at least if we can. While I'm on the stream, I'll try, but I may have to. Sometimes I have to come back and do it. Okay, here we go. So I would do market if it comes back up on me here. That is enough to get in here. All right, I see the level 2 helping me out there, so I'm going to go ahead and go in there. So now I'm at 1969. I'm barely out of my position, but it seems so much worse because I have higher share size. But this would be more where I go into my full share size down here if it reversed off that. So I'm scaling in to the position without losing the potential breakout up. I'm in it, and I'm scaling in it as it goes up. And it's gonna show a profit very, very quickly as you have higher share size. So there we go. That was $19 I could have taken. I'll take that. See if it gives me that opportunity again at 84. Should have probably just taken the market. I don't know what it's going to give me for slippage here, but that was a spike that's closing more down here, so it worries me a little. I'm waiting for another spike. That's why I'm holding this for now. I don't see a reason not to hold that position for a spike, so I'm going to go for a spike here. Here it comes. You see the level 2 there. It stalled, so that was weird. That was a fake out, and now it seems to be coming to terms with that. That was really weird. Somebody just outright stopped that from going up. Annoying. The typical shenanigans that goes on when the market's being manipulated, and that happens even with small little stuff like this, I know it because we can do it. We can do it with enough traders. You can do small moves, that don't last long, but people are watching the data. So if they see something, don't know why, then they react, So you can anticipate that reaction when you're trading with a group of traders. You can't really affect the price change overall that much unless you're like huge hedge fund type trading. So I'm a little perturbed. It didn't pick me up here, but there's one more shot at it. Because I could get out market here for a nice profit. There we go. Break the fib and pick me up. Here we go. Break that fib. See my price right there? 10 cents off. Yeah, there it goes. It's going to pick me up. Yep, we saw it coming. That time they couldn't stop it. So now that ended up being a good trade. I had to wait 4 minutes, which is a little disturbing, but as far as our time. But I never really lost faith in that trade. You got to like steel yourself. If you're getting nervous, it means your share size is too high. Because, I was prepared to go down 3 times what it was read and not even flinch, Even, not because I have money, because trying to make the 150 on this sort of challenge, I was not concerned that I could not recover trading exactly with these share sizes. So again, we're above the breakout, so you really only want to trade long if you want to stay true to the strategies that so many traders follow. I am marking some intraday levels as we go along here. There's a tweezer. That tweezer's marked. This one's not as strong. It was kind of picked up from the highs over here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to mark that. I don't want to get faked out. So going down below this fib again and doing the same kind of trade, I think, what did I have it at, 88? Or might be the way to go, 70. Can it drop below that 75 fib? I need it below the fib. And there's 74. I mean, I'd like to see it really kind of give me some better price here, but it might not do it. I want to see this make a higher high before it drops off of that pattern. Because if you look at the 15-minute and the 5, it's starting to show some rejection at this level. And although we're long biased, it might go down $3 before it starts to go up again. So you've got to kind of look at the bigger picture as you're reading this. And it didn't break that. So that means this could be a bigger dip here. So I'm going to look for a bigger dip just to be safe, maybe down into this area, or even here is even better. So I'm not going to just go for the quick trade here to try to make 8 cents here that ends up being 40 cents down or something. So I would look to this level to absolutely get in, 1924. That's right around, if you look at the 5-minute, kind of where it hesitated at first and then broke out. Did go all the way back down to 117.89 area. So just playing it more conservatively, volumes dropped. It just went up with the buyers. So if it can really break that 120, it's flat topping here. We need it to break this and get above here, like definitively above here. So that was 120.06. So it made a new high. Okay, so that's definitively enough above this to now play a dip a little safer, that you don't wait for it to go quite so far down. So I'll look for a dip now down near the fib to ride this up, or if I can get it below it, then I will. So it broke that, so that's good. Making a nice 5-minute pattern. 15 just stayed green. People have confidence for this to go higher. And again, it's good news. Now here is where I'd be worried at the ATR level. I might even take a small short right there if it gets up to that level, because that's so well respected by traders. Look at this, huh? Don't get caught with a little dip here. Be careful. You want a bigger retracement to go in. Again, these are just my opinions. Trade the way you want to trade, but that's what I would do, is all I'm saying. Looking for it to break 120 for a dip. Let's see if the 120 holds it, because then that could become our dip area, our buy area if it holds it. It's come up into a new channel now. So here's a little channel that it made between the fib and the whole dollar. And then we had a little channel below that. Now it's got a new channel up here between the ATR and or the 50 cent mark and the whole dollar. So overall, news is the same. Yeah, a lot of money dropping in ETFs, and this could really break out to like maybe 130 today. At least 128 maybe. The way it's going, it's real strong. Makes me want to get in there. I'm trying to revising my dip strategy to see if I can get a little bit better. Maybe get in a little higher just so I'm in, because I'm losing the trade here. So that's 50 cents, 30 cents I just lost there. We need a pullback here. So this range on this candle was, I don't see the range. It's not wide enough to tell me, but basically 73 up to 85. So 12-cent range here. Here's your targets. Targets are way up. Interesting here to get this on the quarter dollar. Is it going to keep going down? I'm going to go ahead and get in, which is a little higher than I wanted to get in, but we'll see. So I've got it at 18. I want it to break above the 33 to make a decent trade here. Actually, I'm going to sell market. All right, so that was a good trade. It added to the coffers here. So, yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to go and market on the way this is moving because I wanted to make sure I got out. It wasn't just waiting around like before. So I'm going to do the same thing again when I buy, looking for a dip down. I saw it. Look at the market maker when you're going to use market. That's going to be your price right there. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go in on that. Yep, so it did finally go down. Is it going to hold? I want it to hold that 120 for sure. And you get this FOMO that you're missing the move up, and then you readjust your entry level. But I think I'm still confident with it. Again, it's a different type of trading when you're looking at such short-term price action. It's just a different feel. Everything's different. And there we go. So that got me over $100. So that ended up working. Now, part of me says, this little voice, be careful, man. It could flush down to 119. You got 200 shares. All that could go away in a split second. And then it could continue to flush, before it recovers. I think it would recover, but, you're always playing with fire. You can't get too confident, right? You got to go easy with it and keep your share size where you can take the hit if it goes down and then get out at your max loss. Now we're just going for short money. If you're making 150 to 2, I think we're averaging $207 a day right now. So, 20 trading days, that's over $4,000 for the month with this type of trading. That usually can make a pretty big difference in people's lives. And we're kind of continuing to up what we're trying to do with this account to make it even more and more. But I purposely move this account to be just above the PDT minimum, so that if I suddenly lost track and I tried to add more share size, it would make that little tut-tut noise like it won't let me do it. So I think I put in 28 or 30,000 in this one. I mean, I actually drew some down to be just that level. So So yeah, that's where we're at now. I want to stick to that so that I can see what the majority of traders would want to risk, and we can do it that way. Build our account up. At the end of this month now, it should hopefully be 33 or 34,000. And you multiply that by 4, and then you can slowly creep your share size up as we go through. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do it this way. I got an offer to guest trade on another channel, which is interesting. So I might move for a month or two, move the live action to a different channel. You can still see me. That's the whole deal. It's still free, but to try to bring attention to that channel. So that would be kind of fun, I think. And then what I would do is I'd still have the recaps over here, so this channel doesn't lose its subscribers. And then I'll probably put in some large share size trading over here. It hasn't been decided yet, but go back to what you saw before a lot, and so that I can promote that channel and get paid to do so and have a good time. And then, okay, so here we go. I would go off this ATR definitely. It went off to 50 cent here. But you'll be notified of where that will be because the final details have not been worked out yet. I keep forgetting to say new things that are happening, like the candlestick pattern playbook, day trading volume 2, that has a color version now, guys. It's more money, but man, what a difference to have. I mean, I think most people would have paid more for the color version. Wow. Can we get that closer to 120? Yes. I went in. I think that's a big enough dip that I went in for that. So we want it to retrace up to the 50 cent. That would be a beautiful trade if it got up anywhere near that. Remember, the ATR could be a real rejection. It might pull back $1 or $2, or $1. So just be careful with your share size. But really, this is a conservative way to build your account, and I will take that. So we are there because we have $8 on the other one. So we made our 150. If you've made your goal anywhere near what I'm doing, stop. Go enjoy your day. Don't overtrade. It can seem easy some days, like today it seems easy, and then other days like I got to dig out of a hole, as you guys have seen. Like, geez, why did everything go wrong? My favorite type of trading for this strategy is a real bias. So we have a real bias. It's long. It's based on a catalyst, but because of the nature of the stock and the value of the stock, you get consolidation as it goes its bias. So you can use the historical data for up and down, ceilings and floors. So you're not just chasing something and hoping it keeps going, and never knowing when it's going to do a sharp turnaround, right? Instead, you're still just watching those consolidation levels and going by that, and that's the key thing to do. But I probably will trade a little bit longer with Charlie today as I go on, but I think I'm going to switch over to the large share size traders and move forward from there, guys. So I hope this was enjoyable. You made some money. I will see you in the morning, and just be careful out there if you're going to continue to do this. Remember, it could reject off this ATR bigger than it has, so think about that. Okay, guys, go green out there. I'll see you soon.